Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Sintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Let's go to town.
He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Sintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Sintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Sintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Sintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Sintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Sintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted. Very.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Audacious rat, the Cintrian. I should double the patrols, just in case. Audacious rat, the Cintrian.
Ducal guards full of things, now worry not and drink, drink, drink.
Didn't look like locals. Amy was right. I'm a hunted man.
Whoa! Stop right there, stallion.
Ja, ollie kapoet. Hollat. Oh!
Sacre bleu. It's a crime. You're from the north. That's painfully clear.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands open. Please come in. I'm... Ever your servant, sir.
Ah! Herring? Ugh. I wonder what the old lady's fixing for supper.
Ah, I... Ever your servant, sir. Ah. I... Ever your servant, sir.
Oh! Watch it. They say a great deal about you. And whisper even more.
I... Ever your servant, sir. Ah. I... Ever your servant, sir.
Oh.
What?
Fair and Beauclair, all's right and fair.
Ah! Ah!
Ah. La, 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 la. Ah!
Reginald Daltrey has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets now, available from me alone.
Tony messing.
Ooh.
Up. Drop it off.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Let's go. Soiree started.
Mm-hmm. Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain. How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Bellant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Koviri orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia...
Good folk, yet all have eyes to the
Come, let's look in the... Good to see you.
Paradise, paradise. Nothing in the page. A different harvest must cause.
Free a stone subtle soul that requires precision.
Greetings and welcome.
Absinthe. The preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
Please do not disturb me. Toast you, ruins of the entire Free a stone subtle soul requires great precision.
Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about two things. Coin and copulation. Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me.
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but, alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learnt I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
The cat and the kitten.
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look.
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flittering across the firmament of my life. Tricky refuse.
It's a fist-tack. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
We must throw off the manacles of form. Venture beyond the bounds of cognition.
Never.
Well, greeting.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat me it once.
The bounds of cognition.
We
We must throw off the manacles of form. Venture beyond the bounds of cognition. Color is cognition. Nature of existence. It is irrelevant to the work's ultimate meaning.
This is definitely done. Let's go. Your force has made an effort. My regards.
Good health to you.
It's a fist-tack. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
Throw off the manacles of form. Venture beyond the bounds of cognition.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sarata durundum kalabahishta staveshkahi veshkahi ka.
Ah, how beautiful. The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
Oh,
Form exists in the material from the start. One must simply liberate it.
We must throw off the manacles of form. Venture beyond the bounds of cognition.
I like this sculpture. It beats suffering. It represents the problems of contemporary
Drop them in the pail and grab a different.
Form you exist.
Let's look by the river.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array.
We should walk past the stables. Perhaps they're still there.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. Scarlet, crimson, obscure. Voila! Now, allow me a moment to honor my appraisal. The painting depicts spiritual dualism, the continual battle between good and evil, and defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And behind the box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Symphony, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
The Great One. He's a dancer.
That's to say, the other one.
My heart's about
Look,
to
lanterns.
burst
They
from
say
the
releasing them brings good luck.
But what if he doesn't?
Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
Aren't they even? Because the round cup seems somewhat tired to me.
It's fine. Relax.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come. We must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh. Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soiree to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
bloody handprint. It's his. Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Must have climbed this ladder. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, and stepped in the soil. Footprints made by soiled boots. Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard and sank to the floor. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone tried to grab it. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Blood stains. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Locked. No key in sight. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything in full detail.